welcome to another episode of the Andy Mann Show. I'm going to be reading some poetry for you today, ones I've written, originals. First one's a short one, second one's a long one. So, this is called Self-Resilience. When I do not compromise, I am selfish and time-hoarding. When they do not compromise, they are reasonable and common sense. When I do not compromise, I am trapped in a prison of inability. When they do not compromise, it is just a preference and for convenience. When I do not compromise, I am stuck between flight or fight, unable to self-care. When they do not compromise, it is justified and self-righteous. There is only one universal clock, and it does not pause for me. With no rest, no intermediation, and no consideration, is it such a surprise that the hurt is bone deep? With no fresh air to breathe, no reprieve and no pride, is it such a surprise that my legacy is a graveyard of unfinished aspirations? Is it a choice when your options are to leave or to panic? Is it a choice when your options are either burnout or inertia? The learning curve is so steep that I train day in and day out to climb it. But over time, the lactic acid builds up and the ache gets to me. The holds are slippery. They say I should develop a stronger grip. What can you do when the provided solutions require preconditions? Can you afford to take time off to learn to climb? I slip to stumble, then to free fall. It is a long way down to rock bottom. To pick yourself back up becomes less of a question of personal resilience and more of a statement about the nets and leverage available to you. What is your pain tolerance when it comes to personal failure? Is it a question of learning or of blunting the afferent impulses? Is it personal growth to distance yourself from your body? What is the cost of being self-resilient? Will you last until retirement? Are you lucky enough to have a safety net to catch you? That's less of a spoken word one, but can be spoken. This one is very spoken word, so might go down a bit better. This one actually, I don't think it has a name. It's just called The Poem. My past self looks back at the orbs I've shelved. He remarks that of all the ways I could have disappeared, he didn't think I would do it brazenly. An unpigmented sun, blasting into the Stygian stable of the dark horse called expectation, makes his way delicately, stepping into old feet, nursing the ails of growing up grey. Quit. Leave. Abandon your job, your uni, your family. Follow me, feral child, into the wilder paces, a life unbuttoned, deedless, into a place where rest is not a rationed substance. Sleep under the willow tree, with half-lidded precarity, until a sheet of wool-tipped leaves dress you in slow, beguiling serenity. Dear intractable self, do forgive me for all the times I spent your love without chasing consent. Dear faultless self, do forgive me for all the pillars I built, sightless and infinite. Dear moving self, I forgive you for when you ran away and left me with my dearest emotions. Effortless, I fall into my empty trap. Bait set, widowed wills, I release the catch and lock myself in. Morbidly, I let my teeth fall out and my hair frizz and my life disintegrate, because we all need a muse, and if you're not tortured, you're not creative. Static, spatial raindrops interspersed in my gloomsome mind. Listen to the press of gravity. Feel the natural release. I make music of these moments and give my best to my weekday beast. I am the swamp. Viscous and visceral, my mind flooded with clogged thought. Slow I walk, slower I change. This curled vine, ever slow in its strangulation. The swamp, a table mat of a face. Dinner on my bones, breakfast at my fate. I kiss you swamp-like, and the frog's poisoned lips taste potent, and your smile so green, it reminds me of my own flesh. My suspicious brain is counting faults again. Like time that ticks so thick and true, I can count on my silly brain and you, the twisted truth that haunts my glow. I am the oldest antidote that lingers in my own flesh and blood. Litter lips, frittered love. She's crawled back through the thin film of my skull, the fleshy thoughts once made from home, and once back when sunless smiles, when history rid itself for miles, and I could sing like divine treatises. I'd held her hand, our fingertips like petal lips, and now all black and blue and cold, my shivered heart, my hungry wolfish brain, it starves for that from whence it came. And I picture my beauty, my oldest soul, the moon burrowed beneath my skin, the sun bright and silken and harsh, that had told me words I'd feared so oft. I remember my last year's love, and now the only way we touch, through memory and old sentiments. I'll wait as long as she'll let me, until the pain consumes us both. Down in the belly of the beast I slit my eyes, I key my teeth, sharp and thick and fat and creep, the walls are gum, fade and sluice and slither on. My shoulders rise in prowling stance, I court the darkness for a dance, and whisper not the final kin, for words are valueless, to the lost ilks of murk and their leaded dogs. Under the moonlit stage a stagnant rhythm plays, and my tiger hears the call, folding out his teeth, and I luck the words I know, and this pulsing fury grows, until all sound is shouts, all heard and left unremarked. I am the tiger in the dark. Just because I've read the book doesn't mean I can stop myself. The years we've known together, they linger on, like words we've held in. Reality lived up to standards I'd only set in dreams. That conversation, so long that we were scared to sleep and wake and never speak again. In the hidden cracks that nighttime holds, we held the same secret in entwined hands, and I knew you too had seen my own enemy. A startled sensation that travels, skates and skimps and scampers all the way from my bones to muscles to the freckles of my goosebumps. What misery it is to be understood, to finally speak aloud your darkest calling, to be in that finest, closest embrace. And then reflect. A month later, in the chill of night, it hardly made a difference after all. A lie, I say unwanted, iconoclast to my own stability. I wish I knew when the fire reached my own fingertips. I wish I knew the smell of burnt flesh. I'm watching myself tied to this vengeful stake and clapping, slowly, almost realizing that I am the match. It is a sad realization when you remember that you are perfectly capable of extraordinary talents. I ring this bell, today and forever, and I come to the door, but I do not let myself in. But it is a pithy pain. An instant retreat, the anger fizzles like steam smothered by rain. I smell the indolent paprika, this aftertaste of after rain, and the doleful waking death returns, a smooth descent to sleep beneath the flames. Stoke the flame, fan the fire. Our burning souls should never dim if those who heard did see their grim fellow warriors. I hope to see you here in breath and pulse once more before I see you in Valhalla. The prize, you see, could be merriment, could be sanity, is a worthy banquet, and I do pray that you do fight to live another day. Indefatigable. They say there is a wall, tall and strong, with thrall and throng, and every single being who breathes and beats the breast of Mother Earth will hit this wall, and they say, voices reaching crescendo, strangling, clinging notes of condensation, that the wall is just a pounding fist away. Your hand, bleeding and bruised, black and blue, and all the colors of the rainbow, needs to pass through this wall and emerge, in Genesis, a newborn being, from the slippery tunnel of a brick womb, hair crusted with clay, eyes closed with brimstone, mouth choked with dust. And what was behind the wall? That's a train right there. Let you sit in this suspense while I wait for the train. Hope it's not a coal train. Okay. Butterfly shells, clipped wings, the ocean curls and crashes beyond the reef. I umbrella shade my eyes, cast shadows over overhead sunlight, the glimmer blinds so prettily, and I swallow all contention, like sand-crusted fried food. It's a kind day at the beach. The clouds grace us with their presence. I spit out my insurrection, my envy of such shrouded calm, wafts of cloud, like pink bubbly fairy floss, so sweetly, like a wind-cuffed boat, choked by destiny. We watch the sun bathe down into the ocean, submerged bleeding orange into an obsidian eye, a pearl of blue. Don't say I didn't warn you, says the storm, rumbling, grumbling, toiling and boiling. I've been on this horizon all my life, it growls, little more than petulant lightning. I've never trusted thunder, all bark and no bite, but I believe in this shark storm, if only for the palette of streaked colour. The sky is a wanting canvas, my eyes are needy spectators. The soggy chips are artisan entrees, and the butterfly clips refuse to mount and swoon. So the recipe is baked, a perfect storm, a pointed knife, carved cataclysm, a catechism of repentant earth. We only see the sun sleep when it knows it's been bad. Passion upon a roaring sea. Sailors know the waves settle some, but the storm must first pass, a predicted impossible. But the storm breaks. The dawn breaks, the storm rolls out, the tide lifts and frees and calms, and we say goodbye. But there'll always be another day at the beach. I hope you liked it. Poems will be down below. Please subscribe if you like that and would like more of that. I have more poems, like 2 more long ones like that, but I'm always writing something. Like and subscribe. Take care, you guys.